Okay, the first stage of our mission is accomplished. As you can see, I worked up the vinyl all the way up, and I cut the excess at the corners as closely as I could, and worked in the rest of the vinyl into the edges, or into the slit which is cut into the plyboard. I did it as good as I could. I had to work under time pressure because obviously the glue was getting drier and drier by the moment, so I really had to get on with it. This is not a job to do when you can't handle pressure, or when you think you can take your time for it. You really need to work fast to get it right. Now, you might think that the edges look a bit ragged, but that's okay. I still have a sort of a surprise, you might say, ready for finishing up, touching up those edges, and I think I'm quite confident that it'll end up quite nice. So no panic there. As you can see, it turned out alright, no creases or anything. So okay, next stage, gluing the long piece of vinyl all around the box. Conundrum. I have to glue all of this vinyl all the way about 1.30 meters, so which would make it well, a little bit of, well, I would say about 1.33 yards, and all of this has to be glued to the edge all around the cabinet of the N3 EverReady. Now, normally you would spray the contact glue on the edge of the box where you want to glue it, and then you would spray glue on the inside of the vinyl, so on this side, which is a sort of synthetic fabric which is on the inside. And then you would wait about 10 minutes, and then you would stick the strip all around. Now the problem is that if I do that, I'll be smearing glue all over me and all over the vinyl and all over anything else I'm touching, or the vinyl is touching, because it's so long. So and I'll be manipulating this very long strip in all sorts of directions. So obviously I don't want that. I don't want all sorts of glue sticking all over everything. So what I'll do is I'll change tactics, and I'll spray glue on the side which was masked off with paint tape, you know, or masking tape rather, and I'll be spraying it, but I'll be spraying it only one side at a time, and I'll be applying the vinyl strip accordingly. So I'll spray this outer side first, then apply the vinyl, then turn it like this, spray glue and apply the vinyl, spray glue, etc. Once I'm all the way around the outer perimeter of the cabinet, I'll do the same thing for the top, and working my way around the edges, and then I'll do the same thing for the inside working the vinyl into the box, into the cabinet. So I think that's the tactic I'll go by. Well, it's not going to be very easy, but I think it's the only clean way of doing it as far as I'm concerned. So okay, hang on in there, stay tuned, and give me some time and I'll be back with an update. Well, this is it. I finished tacking on the band of vinyl all around, and as you can see, it turned out reasonably well. There is, of course, this thin edge, which is really nothing more than the rim, which was, or rather the slit, which was cut into the wood. But we'll fix that, don't worry. So yeah, there you go. Small detail. This glued edge, as it were, where the beginning and the end of the strip is, I chose this asymmetrical position because right here where the edge is will come one of the hinges of the lid. So practically all of it will be hidden behind the hinge, which is perfect, which will create the illusion that there is in fact no edge to the strip at all. And as I said, there is a small split here where I needed to cut the vinyl for the lower part. Well, no worries about that. I'll fix that, and you'll see how. Some of you might not agree on what I'll use as a method to hide these small imperfections at the corners, but well, like I said before, the goal is to retain more or less the original aspect of it, but making small improvements so that well, it might look a little bit more appealing, especially to a feminine public, and also, well, maybe technically improve it a little bit. I don't think I will make huge improvements to it, but still, I want to try to make some sort of improvement to it, if possible. Okay, so, well, to finish it, I'm not a professional upholsterer, so doing this, well, it took all of my concentration and effort to get it right. I don't know if I would be ready to do this again very soon, but it was an experience.